Hey there! So today we're doing a tutorial on a 5-strand braid. The finished product will look like that picture, but to start we're going to do a vertical braid. So my friend Aranza has taken a section of hair and she's going to separate it into 5 pieces. So you're going to have 2 outside pieces and then 3 strands in the middle like she's doing now. So you're going to start like a regular braid with your 3 strands. You go over to the middle, over to the middle, and then here's where the tricky part is. So you're going to take your outside piece, so you have 3 strands, you're going to take the outside, you're going to go under and over into the middle section, okay, and then pull it tight. So then you're doing the same thing on the other side. You're taking the outside and you're going under and over, so you're creating like a weave. So you're just going to keep doing that on this one. So you take your outside piece, you go under and over, and see how she does a little twist with her fingers? So the outside goes under, and she twists, yep, and over into the middle. So this vertical braid is just so that you can practice the motion and get your hands figured out, and then we'll go to practicing it along the horse's neck. Okay, so as you can see, she's just continuing that same motion. So she's taking the outside strand, she tucks under and then over into the middle, and then you change to the other side. So you're constantly taking your outside piece all the way to the middle. So you have to go under the first strand and take your outside piece over the second strand until it's in the middle. Okay, so she takes the outside, it goes under and then over into the middle. So you're always creating a new middle piece and the new outside pieces as you go. So as you can see, it's not as complicated as maybe you thought just looking at it. And it's a really fun braid to learn, and it looks really fancy when it's on the horses. So this is a great way to practice when it's just vertical. Because it gets a little more complicated when you're making it into like a French style braid where you have it going along the horse's neck and you're adding in hair. So she's just continuing the same thing. You take the outside, twist, into the middle, outside, into the middle. Okay, and now we'll go to the vertical braid. Oh, and then you can just kind of pull on the sides like she's going to do, and it makes it just look a little more pretty and uniform, and it keeps it from curling in on itself. So that just kind of pieces it out. Okay, so you should really just practice that like on all of the mane, just so you can practice getting your hands right, holding the 3 strands in one hand and the 2 in the other, and then changing. And as you can see, the braid looks really nice now that she's pulled it all out. So we're going to start on the braid horizontal. So she takes one section and puts it in the front, and then she's going to take her 3 sections here, and you're going to start those like the regular braid. So she's going to do that, outside to the middle, outside to the middle, and then she's going to grab that front piece. So you have your 3 pieces, and your 4th piece that she just grabbed, you go under and over to the middle, okay? So, and you have to make sure to pull it really tight, because if you don't, it's going to drift further and further down. So then she's going to get her 5th piece from the mane. So you can see she has the 2, and she's going to go over and under so that it's in the middle. Okay, so she has 3 pieces in her right hand and 2 pieces in her left hand. So in her right hand, she's going to take her outside section once she gets it tight. Yep, the outside section is going to dip under and over into her left hand, and now she has 2 pieces in the right hand. Okay, so she's twisting here and putting that section into her right hand, and you're going to grab a new piece of hair and put it in the right hand. Okay, so that would be your outside section, and it's already in the middle. So now we're going to the right hand, and we're taking the outside, under, over, into the middle, so she has 3 pieces in the left hand. So under, over, 3 pieces in the right hand, and add hair. Okay, so our section's already in the middle, and we go to the right hand. So basically wherever you have the 3 pieces is the one that needs to go under, over to the middle. Okay, so she's going to keep going, adding hair to the right hand, and you have to make sure to keep tightening it as you go, or your braid will not stay and it won't look as nice. So under, over, we have the 2 sections and 3 in the left, and then under, over with the twist, and we're going to add hair to the right hand. Okay, so then we have 2 sections in the left and 3 in the right. We had a little wobble, and under, over, and do you see how she keeps it really tight and kind of presses down with her thumb and her pointer finger? And that's to keep a really good grip on the hair so that it's not loosening as she's going. Okay, and then she kind of holds that piece up with her thumb so that she can add the hair to her right hand without the strands getting confused with each other. So then she tucks her index finger in and does that little twist to bring the outside under and then over that middle section. So twist to bring the outside under and over the middle section. And then she holds with her thumb and takes with her left hand to her right, and then she's going to twist again on the outside. So pointer finger in, twist, camera back on focus, okay? And she has 3 sections in the left. So she's going to take her pointer finger and her thumb and do the under, over twist, hold with her right thumb, and add with her left hand. Okay? So then you just keep going like that, and the important part is to keep it tight and to make sure that your strands aren't getting confused. So when you add hair, all of the strands are going to be in your right hand. So she's going to twist, hold everything with her right hand, and gather hair with the left hand, and then separate out the 2 left-handed strands so that she can twist with the right hand. Okay, so this is just going to keep going for a while she does the whole mane, but she's doing the twist. She grabs with her middle finger, and she holds that new strand of hair with her middle finger. Yeah. And then she's going to use her pointer finger on the right hand to twist under. And you can see how nice the braid is looking so far. Okay, and then she's holding with her middle and pointer finger, twist, grab more hair, and keep going. Okay, so she's just going to continue on making sure to keep the hair really tight as she's gathering with the left hand, holding everything in her right hand, and really keeping that thumb pin down so that it's keeping the progress of the braid really tight so that as you keep going it's not getting looser. And it's okay if the braid starts to drift down a little bit so you're getting more space between the crest and the braid, because as you get towards the withers you're going to want to go down a little bit so that you can get those last little wither hairs in there. So she's just going to keep going. Outside, twist to the inside. Outside, twist to the inside. Hold it up there. And it's okay to have kind of this space between the underside of the braid and the neck, because when we're done, she's gonna pull the sides of the braid a little bit to flatten it out so it doesn't have any curve in it, and that will kind of take care of that space. It'll make the braid lie a little bit flatter and not curl in on itself. So as you can see, it's really important to practice the twist and holding everything in your hands, and trading the strands from hand to hand so that you can grab with your left hand. So when you're practicing, don't give up if it gets a little difficult right at the top, because it's really important just to keep the braid going, even if it's getting like saggy and getting lower and lower. As long as you're practicing getting the strands together and getting your hands together, it'll look really good in the end. And so just keep practicing, don't give up, and keep going. Okay, so some quick tips. If you put some regular cheap hair gel and water in a spray bottle and squirt that onto the mane beforehand, that's gonna help the braid stay in and really stick. And of course, it's harder to braid a super clean mane than it is to braid a dirty mane. So when you're practicing, I highly suggest that you just leave your horse's mane dirty, so that you have a better grip, because all that dirt and oil and stuff, that just helps you have a better grip while you're braiding. The clean hair is really slippery. And to help your horse's mane look shiny and healthy and everything, we like to use some coconut oil in the mane after a bath, and then their hair is soft but not too slippery for braiding. So you can see here she's getting close to the end, and she's just going to take those last little bits and then finish them like the vertical braid that you practiced earlier. So she's just doing the same thing, except just on the vertical, so now it's easier and you don't have to add hair. And then she's just going to use a rubber band and tie it off. And your braid is almost finished. Look how nice it looks. So now she's just gonna go back and kind of pull the sides out like we talked about earlier, and help the braid to lie flat so it's not curling in. And as you can see, when she pulls it, it makes it look a lot more defined, and you can see how complex it looks. Now her braid is super nice and flat and really tight, and that's because she's practiced quite a bit. But don't be discouraged if your first braid doesn't look like that. You can do it. And that's the finished product. Thank you for watching.